Most Musings. Hi, everyone. It's Most Musings again. Thank you for joining. So today's the 26th. Yes, I'm sitting on the floor. I just feel more comfortable. It's been a long day. So I hope you bear with me. As long as you hear me, I think that's the most important thing. And I think you can see me. I can see myself in the camera. So hopefully that works. All right. So today's the 26th day in the month of July. And two of my friends turned 40. And I'm talking friends for a long time. So of these two friends, the we've known the newest of the two friends, we've known each other for at least 20 years, roughly 20 years. So you do know that that's a long friendship. And my oldest of the two, oldest friend of the two, we've known each other all our lives. So basically, all my life, parents were friends. My mom and her mom grew up in the same community. So they became friends, lifelong friends. So we obviously stayed in the same community as well, grew up together. Even though we live in different countries, we've remained friends. And so I've known her almost 40 years of my life as well. And yeah, I am her first child, god, first child's godmom. So my first goddaughter is her daughter. So we're close. So, why am I saying this? So, I am also getting closer to 40, and it's remarkable for me because important people in my life have turned 40 this year as well. And I just sort of look back at, I was cracking a joke with one of them this morning. I said, remember when you turned 10 and we celebrated your party? She was laughing, and here we are 30 years later, we're moms, we have careers, we have, important work that we do in our communities as well. And we just had a joke, but then the reality is setting in that life is moving on really fast, and it's teaching time saves nine. So whatever you want to do, you do it now. So both of my friends have PhDs, and I also have a doctoral degree. So we're all doctor, whatever our name is, right? And I just looked at it and I thought, wow, okay, that's good. We did what we wanted to do early enough, right? But then I also look at, within this friends that we were talking about, including me, there's still quite a few things that we're also wanting to do that we're thinking, oh, we could have done this before we turned 40. And so with the other friend, I, had a conversation with her this morning and I said, hey, we got to look at the things that we've done, that we've been able to accomplish, that we've been able to achieve. Yes, we might have some more things that we're looking forward to, but let's pause. And I said, let's have for you this morning, have 40 gratitude journal. 40, so write a journal of 40 things you're grateful for. I bet you'll find more than that, right? And so, we ended that call. But it also got me thinking because yesterday I posted on Threads and I talked about how yesterday being July 25th, so I'm not sure when you're gonna see this video. But so I talked about how Vozinha, the goalkeeper from Cape Verde, is going to a Chilean club, and I thought, Colo Colo, right? That was the club that signed him. And I thought with the kind of level of performance he displayed at the World Cup, he probably should have gone to a much better league. Although there were kind of conversations around, what do you mean? Colo Colo is one of the best team in Chile. Okay, yeah, but it's still not ranked one of the top leagues in the world, correct? But I thought some people were sure is in the best place for him. I thought for the very least, he could have at least gotten one of the clubs here at the MLS. And I actually thought it was in consideration at Inter Miami, but I don't know whatever happened with that. So my summary was, I think he could have done better. I still think if he had good representation, if he was pretty patient enough and not in a hurry, maybe we never know. But I thought, he could have even gotten a better club. I'm not saying he was going to sign with a Premier League club or a club in first division in Spain or Germany or no France. No, but at least a little bit more. But anyway, I like so the summary was majority of the comments were like that were like, oh, we couldn't have done better. What they brought up was the age. So here we are. Oh, what do you mean he's 40 years old? This conversation would have happened, should have, well, the options would have happened if he was 20 years younger. And majority of people that commented on the fact that, he's reached the ceiling. And it just brought me to a point where I was like, wow, really, 40 is a big age. It might be a ceiling now, really, to some people, who knows. Um, it might not be for others, like, but it does seem like the world is saying 40 is a ceiling. And here we are getting closer to 40 ourselves. And I just thought about it. I was like, wow, he put up a wonderful performance at the World Cup, world class. The only draw the Spanish coach has had in his career with the senior Spain Spanish team was against Cape Verde. I remember when that happened, and people were like, "What? You drew against Cape Verde?" But it was the work that Vozinha did. He saved really amazing goals that could have been scored, and then he went on to put up that performance against Argentina that was top notch. And the summary was, yes, he did all of that, but he's 40. What do you expect? So here we are. 40 is a remarkable age. Can you believe it? It is. My two close friends turned 40, and I'm approaching that sometime soon. And the summary here, the reason for this video is whatever you have to do, whatever best performance you have to put up, you do it as quickly as you can. No, I'm not saying life ends at 40. I truly believe life begins at 40. I still also still believe Vozinha could have still gotten a better club whether or not he's 40. But I'm not saying Colo Colo is a terrible club. I'm just saying he could probably have, gone into at least MLS. Who knows? But a majority of the people they think age is a factor, and for him, maybe he felt like it too. I'm 40. What else do I have? But here is it. The summary is that at 40, putting up his best performance at the World Cup. But here we are. The single factor that is limiting for him is the age. So if you're listening to this, whatever you gotta do it now. Whatever best performance you're putting up in the for the future, you gotta do it now. Um, if you're okay with where you are, that's okay. But if you want more and you're aiming for more, now is the time to do that. I hope you learned something. If you learned something, please subscribe to this channel once in a while. How to do this. I want to do this once at least once a week. So, and I hope this was helpful. Take care. Bye bye.